Hey everybody, what's going on? Long time no see. David here, the Digital Dungeon Master, and this is my end of the year DDM update. So welcome everybody. It's been a long time since I've done a video. Man, it's been months since I've made one. But you'll notice over the last couple of days, I have done a couple miniature unboxings, and to start with that, you guys have noticed that I've bought some Pathfinder Battles minis, everything that is now with Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So there was an iconic set, Evolved. There's also the new Goblin Village and the Legendary Adventures. Basically, it's the same thing as, the Icons of the Realms minis that I was opening up. And the Legendary Adventures is a new series. And it coincides with all of the new art for the monsters for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So I really enjoy the Pathfinder Battles miniatures. If you guys haven't checked those videos out, feel free to go ahead and check them out. They're actually really nice miniatures. The same quality as the Icons of the Realms. Same company, WizKids makes them. Same amount of miniatures in a case, 128. And I really like them. This was a basic monster set. So there were lots of goblins, lots of orcs, lots of hobgoblins, lots of kobolds, and a couple of other large and huge creatures, which there's a beautiful blue dragon, there's some chimeras, and like I said, it was a lot of basic monsters. So I actually signed up for the subscription, not only for the Pathfinder Battles, but I also signed up for the Pathfinder 2nd Edition subscriptions as well. And I mean, it's a great deal. You get, not only do you get the physical copies, you get 15% off of the subscriptions off of retail. You get free PDFs. I mean, you get promo stuff with the adventure card subscription, which I actually picked up too, because of my players that want to do other stuff besides just playing D&D and Pathfinder. So we're going to play the Pathfinder card game. We're also going to be playing the Dungeons and Dragons box games and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to, within the next couple of months, getting my players together and starting to have some real fun. Plus, we'll be playing Dungeon Mayhem, Zombie Dice, all kinds of cool stuff. So I'll have lots of pictures for you every time we have a session, which will probably be every couple of weeks or so. But yeah, check out the new Pathfinder Battles subscriptions. I'm actually going to be going with the Pathfinder Battles series now because, guys, it's so much cheaper to have that subscription. I was paying $440 a case for Icons of the Realms and the promo set. I can get that through Pathfinder for $300. So it's like $130, $140 cheaper. That's a no-brainer. Plus, I love how all of the miniatures are not regurgitated with the hand cut off and a different weapon put in their hand. All of the different orcs, there's like 5 or 6 different orcs, 5 different kobolds, 5 different, and they're all different poses. Granted, there are 2 miniatures in the set. There's like an elf and a cloud giant that are the same thing with a regurgitated arm with a different weapon. I can handle 2 miniatures in a series like that. That's fine. But when there's like 6 and 7 per series, yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. And then there's no invisible miniatures either. So awesome. I really like what Pathfinder is doing with the miniatures, especially with the different poses. I'm really happy. And the price is great. So check out those videos, and I'll have more. I have the premium promo set coming, and I also have the Runes of Last Wall Cemetery set. And I'm going to put those together as I'm unboxing them instead of just unboxing them piece by piece. I'm actually going to take, in the future going forward, I'm going to take one of the flat Pathfinder flip mats and put the miniature sets together. So that'll be pretty cool. And that'll be different too. So yeah, definitely check it out. So a couple of milestones as well. Thank you guys. Within the last 6 months, I've hit almost 25,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. That's pretty crazy. I never thought that I was going to have 500, let alone 25,000. And, I appreciate it, you guys hanging in there. I really haven't lost a lot of subs, even though I haven't been very active. But I think the reason is because of the thousands of videos that are on my channel. So I think it's keeping the new user base the new viewer base actually busy with content. So welcome everybody, and thanks for almost 25,000 subscribers and almost 5 million views. And I mean, and the minutes watched are in the like hundreds and high hundreds of millions. I think it's almost going on 1 billion minutes watched. So that's pretty crazy. But thank you everybody. Totally appreciate it. I had a vacation. Not only have I taken a step back from YouTube and running games and all that other stuff, I took a couple of week vacation. It was great. It was well needed. And we went to Ohio. We buried my father, he was sitting in his cremation box for 12 years, and we had to take care of it. So got that taken care of. Then I took my mother to Vegas because one of the things my dad wanted to do was take my mother to Vegas, and he never got to. So I did for my dad, you know what I mean? And plus I think everybody should go to Vegas once. I mean, I think it's a fun place, but I went in the early 2000s. I went for 5 years in a row, stayed at the Luxor, but it's not like Vegas isn't like it was back in the early 2000s. If you were gambling and stuff, you get a comp card, you get free meals, free drinks. Nothing's free anymore. Everything is, each meal is like $60. So if you go to Vegas, if you've never been there, take a lot of money because you're gonna need it. I mean, just to eat. So. But it's a lot cheaper, I'm sure, to stay off the Strip. But if you go, I definitely recommend going on the Strip one time. We stayed at the Excalibur this time. I actually took my mother to see the comedian Tapeface that was on America's Got Talent, I think. She loved him. And then I took her to see Wayne Newton. She had no clue we were going to go to see that. And Wayne Newton's getting up there, and he says he's not going to be doing many more shows. I think this might be his last season. I think he's 77 or 78. But he can still belt it, man. He can still play instruments. And I told my mom we were going to see some, comedy, not comedy show, but we were going to go see some magician. And then she goes, oh, because he was playing in Caesar's Palace. So when we went in Caesar's Palace, there was a couple of signs, Wayne Newton tonight. And my mom says, oh my God, because my mom loves Wayne Newton ever since she was younger. And holy cow, because she's pretty much the same age as Wayne Newton, and she always loved that guy, and she'd always play his records and stuff with the Beatles and stuff, and man, Frank Sinatra. And when we went over that way, she goes, oh, let's see if he's playing like in the next couple of days. And when we walked up, I pulled the tickets out of my pocket, and she looked at me like deer in the headlights, and I said, Mom, you're going to go see Wayne Newton. And it was her birthday. So I said, happy birthday, Mom. And my mom started crying, man, because we were going to see Wayne Newton. And she told me that, she said, your father would be so proud if he could see this. And I said, yep, he's probably seen it, Mom. But yeah, it was fun. My mom loved it. He actually came over to the table and wished her happy birthday because, when we were... when I bought the tickets and stuff, there's like memos, and I said, it's my mother's 76th birthday. And he actually announced it, and there was like 3 or 4 people that had birthdays, and he went to everybody's table. And the show was called Close and Personal, and it wasn't just him belting out song after song. He played a lot of his old home videos and stuff that he's never shown before, and stories about Glenn Campbell and Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis, how, Donkey Shane was not his song. It was actually Bobby Darin's song, and it was supposed to be the song after Mac the Knife on his most popular album ever, but Bobby Darin wanted him to be famous, and he gave him the song Donkey Shane. And I mean, just the stories that he had told were awesome, man. I mean, it was just amazing. I do got some video footage, but they did announce during the show no video footage. So I was like, oh crap, I don't want to get kicked out of here, especially on my mother's birthday. But I did get a couple pictures and some video footage. But we had a great time, even though the car, actually, when I was driving through Phoenix, the transmission went out, and oh my gosh, that was $3,500 to get a new transmission for the Charger. It was that was the down part of the whole vacation, but But it did make up because I got to meet. It was awesome because not only did I get to watch my mom have such a good time, and I'm not a gambler, so she just had her little hand cart. She's a little unstable, and she's got a little wheelie cart around, and it was fun just watching her putt around the casinos and have fun and stuff. And she was playing. I came down and I just happened to catch her playing and my mom loves Lord of the Rings too. Sorry, I keep ranting on about this, but this is so funny. And I was watching my mom. She didn't even know I was behind her, but I was watching her play. There was a Lord of the Rings. There was a couple of Lord of the Rings slot machines, and I was watching her play it. And all of a sudden, she got like the special roll up top, and it had all the names of the characters and stuff. And it went around and went around and went around, and she goes, "Come on, Frodo, I love you, Frodo," and it freaking landed on Frodo. I could not believe it. And I started laughing, and she looked behind me and she says, "I didn't know you were here." And I said, "I didn't know you loved Frodo that much." But she said, "Come on, Frodo." It was awesome, man. It was so fun to watch her have fun. And then I also got to meet two of my players that I've known for years, and I finally got to meet them face to face. So I got to meet Pernicious Pilfer. I got to meet him and Johnny. So you guys remember them from the Waterdeep Dragon Heist game and Starfinder and stuff, and it was the FBI. It was so fun to meet them. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings and mowed down on some great wings, and then when I had to go back home, and then the car was in Phoenix still, so I had to get a rent-a-car for like a week, and rent-a-car for a week is not cheap, guys. Let me just tell you. And we had this like little small Ford something Escape or something. I think it was a Ford Escape, and my knees are killing me, man, because my knees were just in the dashboard with the seat all the way back. But I had to go back to Phoenix to get the car, and that was an all-day affair. So and it's 6 hours from El Paso to Phoenix, which isn't a bad drive, especially if you're on I-10 and you're just getting into Arizona. That first rest area, Texas Canyon, oh my gosh, it is so beautiful. I just got out and just hung out there for 30 minutes, just taking in the view of all the circular rocks just stacked on one another. I mean, it was just breathtaking. Now, I've seen it before when I went to Hollywood, but yeah, if you ever get a chance, if you're driving on I-10, when you leave New Mexico and go into Arizona, man, that first rest area, stop, take a look. There's a couple of trails you can walk on, and yeah, Texas Canyon is it's beautiful. I got a ton of pictures too of it, so I'll be putting those on my website eventually whenever I have time. So I have a bunch of pictures I have to add. I just haven't done it yet. And then when I went back to Phoenix, I got to meet Check for Traps. It was awesome to meet Andrew. And, we sat in Rudy's barbecue for probably 3 hours, just bullcrapping away about games and life and everything else. So it was fun to hang out with that, along with watching my mom, have fun and stuff, meeting Lance and meeting Andrew. That was like the highlight of my vacation. It was awesome. It was great to meet those guys. So, yeah, it was awesome. So, vacation's over, back to work. I've been back to work for a couple of weeks now, and I was really raring to get back into it. So it's nice to start communicating with everybody again and getting back into the swing of things. So it was awesome. But definitely check out the new videos, guys. I've got those Pathfinder Battles minis, and I'm going to be having another new series of videos coming out called "What's on David's Shelf," because everybody always asks me what's in those containers back there. What's on the top of that shelf? What are those box sets all about? So I'm going to be doing, I don't know if I'm going to call it "What's on David's Shelf" or "What's on the Dungeon Master's Shelf." I don't know. But I'm going to start doing a bunch of videos, and the first one will be I'll be showing my complete basic Dungeons and Dragons. So it may be, a pretty long video, but I'm just going to kind of show everything, and then I'm going to do other videos breaking down each container and talking about each B series module, each X series, talking about all of the AC, showing off all the board games and stuff. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that, and I think you guys will like it. and I'm going to go through pretty much everything. I don't have as much stuff as I used to have, but I'm still going to be, having a good time showing all that stuff to you guys, because you guys keep asking for it, whether it be in an email, like, hey, dude, quit teasing us, what do you got in those boxes back there, or on YouTube comments, or Facebook, or Twitter, or whatever. I'm going to start showing you guys that stuff. So, yeah. So, I've gotten with my players, and we are going to start a game back up. And we're going to be starting probably on November 5th. So that's going to give me a couple of weeks to get ready for the games. And I'm only going to be running one game. So I always used to run 2, 3, 4 games. I used to do 4, 5, 6 hour sessions. And I just can't do that anymore. Not that I don't want to, I just can't. Especially with work, we have, the Unity beta starting in 3 days. And then we have the full release at the end of December, maybe early January, whenever we get it out. And I just don't have enough time to run multiple games. It's not that I don't want to, like I said. I do. Because there's, I want to start playing games again. I mean, I haven't played since our VIP party down in Florida back in July when I ran the Stranger Things box set for Rob and Drake and John. I just haven't played, and I'm so looking forward to playing. So what are we going to be playing? When are we going to be playing? What are we going to be playing? So I have a little bit of details that I can give you now. We'll be playing every week. Yes, I said every week. Probably in 3, 4, or 5 week spurts, and then we'll take a week off, and then we'll start back up again. So it'll be like 3 weeks a week off, 4 weeks a week off, 5 weeks a week off, etc. We won't do holidays and stuff like that. But I think doing a weekly game is going to keep the players' minds fresh, what's going on with the game, and I don't think it's going to break. When you take 2 weeks off, and sometimes, there towards the end before I had to take my break, there were times we weren't playing for a month or 2 months, and it just breaks the whole rhythm of the game. And that's why I want to go to 1 week, 1 game, and we're going to play for 2 hours a session. So, we're still going to play 6, 8 hours a month, but it's going to be much more doable for me to run a 2-hour game. And it's going to be an early afternoon or late afternoon game, probably on Wednesday, probably starting about maybe 4 o'clock p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Eastern. So that's good for all of you Eastern Coast people, because I was running games later and later, 8, 9 o'clock at night, and that's like almost midnight for you guys. And then we'd play 3, 4 hours, and it was just, everybody had to go because they had to go to work. And I think an earlier start time will just be better all across the board. So we're going to run 6 players. We're going to run webcams. I'm gonna have a couple of transition screens, role play screens, and then just tactical combat screens. So I'm hoping the game's going to be 50-50, maybe 70% role play, 50% combat and stuff. So, and exploration. So that's what I'm hoping to do, and we'll probably do a character creation on November 5th. So we'll do a session 0. So what are we going to be playing? Well, there's 2 games that I want to play right now. You guys I've already talked about going to basic D&D. One of my favorite all-time loved games in the world, Basic Dungeons and Dragons. I own every single product, 150-ish products or so. We're going to be playing D&D Basic, that's for sure. But Basic D&D is going to come in 2020. So what we're going to be doing for the rest of the year, we're going to be playing Pathfinder 2, Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and we're also going to be playing, all right, here it comes. This has been highly requested for the last 2 or 3 years. That's right, all you Savage Worlds fans. We're going to be playing Season 3 of my Savage Worlds Zombie Apocalypse. And we're going to pick up right where Season 2 left off. And Season 3 is just going right into madness and mayhem. So we'll be playing Savage Worlds Zombie Apocalypse with the new Savage Worlds Adventure Edition. And we'll be playing probably Pathfinder Fall of Plaguestone. I don't want to get into the adventure paths because I do want to get into them, but if we do them, we'll do one book at a time, then we'll play something else. And that's the whole thing. I'm not doing big campaigns anymore. So these, Tomb of Annihilations and Dungeon of the Mad Mages that are going to take a year to do, no way, man. I'm not doing that anymore. We're going to be playing smaller adventures. So what's going on for next year? We'll be playing basic Dungeons and Dragons next year. I got to get my right and left all organized here. So we're going to be playing basic Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to start with probably B1, and we'll start there. And then we'll do B1, and then we're going to go to D&D 4th edition. You guys can see I love 4th edition as well. And all those adventures, most of them are 32 pages, except for when you get into the 9 core adventures, the Orcus adventure line. I call it the Orcus adventure line. So there's tons of 32-page stuff. There's the Chaos Scar. There's all kinds of other stuff. So we're going to be playing 4th edition as well, and D&D Basic next year. And we'll probably splash in a little bit of Pathfinder and a little bit of Savage Worlds as well. Maybe some ETU, maybe some Solomon Kane, anything like that. But I'm really looking forward to getting back going and playing again. So I know you guys are going to ask in the comments section, when are we going to see Dungeon of the Mad Mage? When are we going to see Omi Barton again? And all this stuff. Well, guys, Zero and Omi, they played these characters for 3 years plus. They want to take a break. So like I mentioned last time, I don't know if people just don't watch the video all the way through and they just, where's Omi and where's Zero? And they're taking a break. So we will be probably, I know that we won't be playing Dungeon of the Mad Mage because it's just 24 levels, Skullport and all that other stuff. That's just too long of a campaign. So unless we can do one level at a time or something like that. But I don't see going back to D&D 5e until 2021 probably. Why? Is because I played it hardcore since 2013 when it was called D&D Next. And if you look at the majority of my game videos, 95% of them, they're all D&D 5e. So like I said 5-6 months ago, I got to take a break from D&D, and we are. And the players want to as well. They want to play other games. So when will we see Omi and Zero again? I don't know. But it won't be until probably at least 2021. And I'm sorry if that makes some of you guys angry out there. But the players want to take a break from it too. So that's it. That's the official announcement. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on. So months and months back, I did a miniature giveaway contest. Who could guess how many Icons of the Realms miniatures that I had? And I went through that and I found a winner. So congratulations to Jeff Gannon. He actually guessed 3,287 Icons of the Realms miniatures. I actually have 3,214. And I actually have more than that. I probably have close to 3,287 because I didn't count a bunch that I was going to put in an eBay lot. So congratulations, Jeff. I'm going to reach out to you on Facebook later tonight, and I'm going to get your address. Hopefully you live in the United States. With the name Jeff Gannon, I'm hoping you do, and I'm pretty confident because it's expensive to ship miniatures, but I'll ship them wherever, and I'm going to fill up a box for you for miniatures. I'll probably put 3 or 4 different large miniatures, and then I'll put some small miniatures in there as well. So congratulations to you, Jeff. You guessed 3287. I have 3214. And I said on the post, you can go over or you can go under, and it doesn't matter. So congratulations. I'll reach out to you. And in fact, if you watch this before I reach out to you, you can go ahead and ping me on Facebook, and I'll get back to you. So a lot of people have been asking also, what happened to your Patreon page? Well, I took the Patreon page down, I think that was in June or July, when I basically stepped away, and I didn't want to keep up my Patreon page and not be able to commit to all of the rewards because I just had too much stuff going on. So that's why I took the Patreon page down. I've got a lot of emails, a lot of questions, comments. Is it going to ever come back? And it will eventually. I'm hoping to have it up back by the end of the year. All different pledge rewards, all different everything. So, but this is going to be something that if I put it back up, this is something I have to commit to, and I want to. So there won't be as much involved as the last Patreon page that I had on. So, I'll do like a map a month. Maybe I'll do like a one-page adventure, a one-page generic adventure that you can use for D&D 5e. You could use for D&D Basic. You can use it for Pathfinder. If it's not a one-page adventure, I'll create a town and I'll have all the locations and it'll be fleshed out as part of my world, because I got a ton of stuff that I've been writing for my world. Here's just 2 books, for example. I had to get into my shelf, but I got about 20 of these ledger books that are just, look at that, just absolutely full of stuff that I've been, and junk and note pages and just ideas. And I mean, look at all that. I mean, just page after page after page after page of just stuff that I've created. So I do want to create my world, but it will probably be a generic world. It won't be just one setting. It won't be for one setting. So I'll also talk about the major rule sets that I like. Like I'll have little sidebars that, hey, you can use this skill in Savage Worlds, or you can do this skill check in 5e or Pathfinder 2. Or, if you're going to be playing basic D&D, I'll probably add something like that. So it'll be for the games that I play. But there's just so many games to play and not enough time. And so, like I said, those are the 4 games that I'm going to be sticking with till probably 2021. But I would eventually like to get into other games. I would like to get back into 13th Age. I would like to get back into Shadow of the Demon Lord. I would like to give Call of Cthulhu a try. I mean, those, even Vampire Masquerade. So, I mean, there's games that are out there that I would like to play. Just like I said, there's too many great games and not enough time. So Patreon will be up probably by the end of the year. So I'm just letting you guys know that. You'll probably be a map download. There will be a Patreon only broadcast like I was doing. I also want to keep the Digital Dungeon Master vodcast going every month, where I have a guest on and stuff. I mean, stuff like that is definitely doable. It's just all of the games. I can't run multiple games anymore, guys. They just take too long. And because I'm a perfectionist and I have to have every single monster, I have to have every single effect, I have to have every single piece of art, it's just, I have to create these crazy maps. And, if they're black and white maps, I got to create new maps. And it's just too time consuming. And I can only do one game a week. But I know you guys will, understand that. Also, a lot of people have been asking about, I'll kind of rewind a little bit. This goes for all of my Discord users. My Discord is now open for everybody. That includes all the text channels and also voice chat. So Bannock and Dragonbank, thank you guys for setting the server up to where everybody can get in, and I'll use voice chat. So if you guys want to host your games in there, we have there's also a couple of channels if you're looking for a group, or if you want to advertise your group. There's a couple of channels in there that Bannock has put in there. There's a Fantasy Grounds channel. If you guys are having any problems with Fantasy Grounds, feel free to ask a question in there, and feel free to use all of the different channels. I'll probably be adding a couple of more game channels just in case people are starting to run their games, because I think there's only 2 in there now. So we'll probably do like maybe 5 channels or something like that. And if we need more, we'll add more, because hey, that's probably what we'll do. I'll probably also be upgrading to Nitro in the near future. So that way, if you guys also want to do video calls, then the server will have the bandwidth to do it. Because if you don't have Nitro, then you can only have X amount of people in a call. So I figure if we upgrade it to Nitro, everybody will be able to use it and not have a problem. So we're going to do that we're going to do that also. But that'll be here in the near future. So last but not least that I want to talk about, so many people have asked, are you going to be doing a Christmas Eve, Christmas giveaway extravaganza. And that is a big no. And the reason for is it just takes so much time, so much effort, and it is very expensive to, it's very time consuming in the fact that you have to, I'm reaching out to, 30, 40, 50 companies. And I'll get, but like last year we had 20 sponsors. I mean, it was unbelievable. Last year was the final giveaway extravaganza. I announced it then. And it was awesome. It was the best giveaway extravaganza, of all 5 that I had done, because I had done 5 of them in a row, and that was the 5th and final. And it was also very time consuming from the point that taking all of these packages, waiting for people, begging people for their information, never hearing back. I would give a 2-month period to get with me, to give me your address, all through Twitch messages, and I wouldn't hear back from people till March and April and May. And they're like, dude, I can't get my, I'm sorry I'm a little late, but I gave it away after, I did giveaways to my patrons. I gave away 10 items that never were claimed by the original winners. Even the first draw, all those beautiful miniatures, nobody claimed them. But 4 or 5 months afterwards, they're like, dude, I can't believe you gave that stuff away. I'm like, I got to get rid of it. I'm not letting it sit around my office. You can see I don't have a lot of room to begin with. So sorry, everybody that missed out. I mean, I sent 3, 4, 5 messages to everybody. So that was that was a conundrum that I had to deal with on a yearly basis as well. And then last but not least, it was the shipping cost. And holy cow, there were a couple of years, I think year number 2 and year number 3, I had $600 and $700 shipping bills at the post office. Because a lot of the winners were in not Ireland, but Scotland, England, which are the most expensive places to ship stuff to, obviously. A couple people in Russia, a couple people in China. And, $600, I mean, is just ridiculous. And I was hoping, having, like the giveaways that I used to do all the time, I wanted that to be a community-driven event. But when you get a $5 donation every 5 months, 6 months, I can't be taking this out of my pocket all the time again. So like I did the first couple of years, it was just, I was, losing hundreds of dollars a month from giveaways. And after that, everybody expected it, and I felt bad I had to cut it out, but it was just, it was wrecking me on a monthly basis, especially with the Christmas giveaway extravaganza. 600, I think the most expensive was year 2, which was $700, and I think it was $750. That was a lot of cash. But, there were all kinds of books and everything. All those books were going overseas. All the heavy stuff was good, but that's just how that's the luck of the draw. So, but yeah. But anyways, no Christmas giveaway extravaganza this year, everybody. I'm sorry about that. Maybe I'll do something next year for my patrons, which I think would be fair. That was actually what I originally wanted to do for this year, 2019. But with taking a break and everything, and Patreon almost shutting me down because I was saying, hey, you guys are going to have a patron giveaway at the end of the year. I mean, I didn't even give anything away, and they suspended my account for a week or so. I'm like, F you, patron, is basically, what I was saying. So, I mean, it was just so dumb. You have to include everybody. I'm like, well, what is patron for? Why don't you just open up Patreon and let everybody just join Patreon? That's the same thing. If I'm wanting to take care of my patrons, I should be able to do that. But in patrons' eyes, that's called gambling. That's not gambling. Going to the casino and spending your life savings, that's gambling. Going to the casino and, or the horse track and putting your whole paycheck down on a horse, that's gambling. Not, doing a Christmas giveaway extravaganza for people that support you, which is the whole freaking point of Patreon. So, yeah. everybody's just so scared and politically correct now. It just makes me sick. So, but anyway, I'm looking for something to use besides Patreon as well. So if you guys have any ideas down there, leave them in the comment section. So I've rambled on for enough time. I've already been going on for 35 minutes. So I appreciate everybody's patience, totally. I mean, I'm feeling so much better. I've lost 120 pounds now since I've moved to Texas. 120 pounds. I can't believe it. I can look at my old videos and stuff, and I'm like, wow. Wow. I was, especially my Savage Worlds tutorials, that must have been like the biggest lard ass point in my life. I look at those videos and I'm like, holy cow, I was a big dude. And I haven't even said this. I told this on the stream the other night, and I'm like, hey, I'm not embarrassed about it anymore. But I was over 500 pounds at one point, and now I'm well under 400 pounds now, and I feel so much better. I sleep so much better. I eat so much better. Man, even though I still drink a bunch of soda, and I probably could have lost a lot more weight, but man, Mountain Dew is the nectar of the gods, and I just can't give it up. So, but I do feel better, everybody. And a lot of people have actually said in videos, dude, are you sick or something? You've lost so much weight. But I feel great, and life is good, man. Life is really good. So, all right, everybody, that's it for me. Before I start crying on you, I'll holler at you next video. Start looking for those new What's on the Dungeon Master Shelf videos, or Dave's Shelf, or whatever else I like to call it. If you guys have any ideas for that video series, leave them in the comment section, because I always reply most of the time. Leave a comment. I'll see you guys next time. Happy gaming. Stay safe. Bye-bye, everybody.